Okay, so I've never really covered Man City here, so let's do it now that 2024 is over. And welcome back to the channel. And yeah, as you can tell, we are talking about Man City's season so far because I'm a Man City fan. We start with the transfer window, and we only made 2 signings, Gundogan and Savinho. Gundogan last season was one of Barcelona's best players, and he cooked for them and got 5 goals and 14 assists, which is pretty good stats for a midfielder in 51 games. Yet Barcelona, being brain dead, bought Dani Olmo, who's an attacking midfielder, or well, he could play on the wing also. Gundogan couldn't. Barcelona let Gundo go on a free, and he came back home for his homecoming, and Barca never learned about making bad transfers. We also signed Savinho for £25 million after he helped Girona secure top 4 in La Liga for the first time in history while he was on loan from French League 2 club Troyes. And Girona finished 3rd ahead of the likes of Atletico Madrid, Athletic Bilbao, Real Sociedad, Real Betis, Villarreal, Valencia, etc. Last season, he bagged 9 goals and 10 assists in 41 appearances. Sure, he didn't hit double figures in goals, but he didn't assist, and still, that's not a bad season for your first season in La Liga, and he was one of the best dribblers. And he made the team of the year as well. Now the departures. First off, Julian Alvarez for €75 million. And this is one of the transfers that really hurt us because we never got a replacement for him. So yeah, if Haaland gets injured, season's over. Cancelo, after falling out with Guardiola 2 years ago, finally left for Al Hilal for £25 million to get the bag. And we should have got a replacement for him because Gavardio is not a natural left back. He's a natural center back, but he can play left back because Guardiola put him there, and he's actually pretty good at it. But still, we need a natural left back that's versatile like Cancelo, and this really came back to bite us later. Center back Taylor Harwood-Bellis also left to Southampton for £23 million. Sergio Gomez to Real Sociedad for £9 million, and also Tommy Doyle to Wolves for £5 million. Calvin Phillips went on loan to Ipswich Town, Issa Kabore to Benfica, and Massimo Perrone to Como in Italy on loan. And we should have gotten a Calvin Phillips replacement also. That transfer never worked out, but we need a Rodri backup. We better get one this January transfer window, otherwise we are cooked fish. Another thing that didn't help is Oscar Bob. He got a long-term injury until January before any games were played, as Pep had big plans for him. Before the season started, we played Man United in the Manchester Derby in the Community Shield final, and very late on, Garnacho gave United the lead, but Bernardo Silva replied minutes later, and the game was sent to penalties as a result. We won on penalties thanks to Johnny Evans missing the penalty and Manuel Akanji taking advantage of the opportunity to win. For the opening match between Chelsea and Manchester City, there's some beef between Cucurella and Haaland after what Cucurella said in the Euros. Do not play that clip. Do not play that clip.
Cucurella se come una paella. Cucurella se bebe una estrella. Jala tiembla que viene Cucurella. Jala tiembla, toma una galleta.
Hate it. Haaland, however, silenced him and beat him to score the opening goal. And also, later in the match, Cucurella was down on the floor and he begged Haaland for help, but Haaland just ignored him. Shut your dumb ass up, Cucurella. Kovacic sealed the win late on, securing an early crucial 2-0 win. And despite falling behind to Ipswich, Haaland obtained all the Infinity Stones and scored a hat-trick. Against West Ham, Haaland scored early, only for Ruben Diaz to sabotage his own team. Haaland, though, didn't care and scored 2 more to win City's 3rd straight game in the Premier League. City fell down behind again to Brentford and Young Wissa, but Haaland showed up yet again to save City. In the opening Champions League match, Man City had to play a familiar face, Inter Milan again, and they were going to be out for blood after losing the final, but instead, it ended in a dull 0-0 draw. Kevin De Bruyne got injured for 5 Premier League games, and that includes against Arsenal, and this game is where things started going sour. First the Rodri injury, right after Haaland gave us the lead, but then Calafiori and Gabriel scored to give Arsenal the lead. More drama, however, as Trossard gets a 2nd yellow card for doing literally nothing. John Stones would take advantage after that and salvaged a point against the Gunners, and in the EFL Cup, Jeremy Doku and Matheus Nunes helped us to a comfortable 2-1 win against Watford and helped us progress to round 4 of the competition. The next game though, we dropped points against Newcastle despite Gravario giving us the lead as we bottled and conceded a penalty. And this is where all our struggles really began. Sure, we beat Slovan Bratislava 4-0 in the Champions League, but we barely escaped Fulham after Andreas Pereira gave Fulham the lead, but Kovacic had to literally carry us, and Duncan put the icing on the cake. And Rodrigo Muniz did pull one back, but it still finished 3-2 for the Citizens. We fell behind again, but this time to Wolves, and Gravario equalized before Stones saved us yet again. We destroyed Sparta Prague 5-0 in the Champions League, but that only papered over the cracks. And so did the win against Southampton thanks to Haaland. Here things keep going downhill. Rodri won the Ballon d'Or, and then Richarlison said if Vinny doesn't win, is about to go down. And has gone down, because ever since that, we lost to Spurs in the EFL Cup thanks to Timo Werner and Papa Marta Sarr. Like, how do we concede to them, bro? I'm done, bro. At least we still have 3 trophies left to obtain. Too bad we lost to Bournemouth thanks to Semenyo and Evan Nilsson. Then we got absolutely shredded by Victor Gyökeres in Ruben Amorim's last game for Sporting before we moved to our rivals Manchester United. Haaland gave us the lead yet again, this time against Brighton, only for our defense to completely screw us over, and we lost 2-1 in the dying minutes. Then we got cooked by Spurs in a 4-0 loss, and against Feyenoord, Haaland scored 2 and Gundogan scored 1, only for our defense to collapse yet again, and we conceded 3 goals in 15 minutes. Complete bottle job from City, bro. Title contenders Liverpool were nuts, and we really stood no chance, bro. Gakpo and Salah cooked. Believe it or not, we actually won, and it was against a decent Forest side, 3-0. So that's pretty respectable. I thought that we had actual hope, but we did not. We didn't keep that momentum up at all against Crystal Palace because we fell behind to Daniel Munoz. Haaland though was here to save us again, only to concede yet again. Rico Lewis equalized, but no one could get another goal, and after that it ended 2-2, and we somehow drew to Crystal Palace, the worst Crystal Palace I've ever seen, who are in a relegation fight right now and aren't even in mid-table anymore. Juventus then tripped us as well in the Champions League with Dusan Vlahovic and Weston McKennie scoring, and this was the first time 2 Americans linked up for a goal in the Champions League as Timothy Weah got that assist. As an American, sure I'm happy, but please don't do it against our team this time, next time, whatever. You know what I mean. Next was the Manchester Derby, and Gavardio scored late in the first half, but our defense collapsed yet again. No surprise to anyone, we conceded 2 goals in 2 minutes. A penalty, Bruno Fernandes, whatever, and Amad Diallo put the dagger in the heart and scored the winner. Like, what are we supposed to do? Win, bro. Okay, I've been winning for like a while. City have been winning for a while, so it's whatever, honestly. Also in this game, Ruben Diaz picked up a long-term injury, so that makes things better. Aston Villa was next, but who else but John Duran to score, who has been on fire this season. Morgan Rogers then secured the 2-1 win for the Villains against us, and now the latest occurrence of bottling. Bernardo Silva gave us an early lead, but then we choked yet again thanks to Ndiaye, and Haaland missed a penalty in the second half. God, can the pain never end. And also against the Everton game, Nathan Ake and Manuel Akanji, they picked up long-term injuries, so yeah, that makes things worse. But after that, we actually won, believe it or not, against Leicester City. Sure, they don't have Kieran Dewsbury Hall, James Maddison, they have 37-year-old Jamie Vardy, but like still, bro. And Leicester have a good rep after they won the Prem. But yeah, at least finally won. Also, today we beat West Ham 4-1. We are so back. I just added this part like mid-editing because like, I just watched it like right before. This was before the West Ham game. My apologies. We've only won 2 of our last 14 games. So yeah. Good that our schedule isn't the hardest before the January window, but we really need signings, otherwise there is no hope for the season. And I've noticed a pattern, like we take a lead, but then we bottle, because our players are so tired and we barely have any subs because like half of our team is injured. But let me know your thoughts on this. Also, I'm going to start making more videos on this channel. I'm starting a new series called The Weekly Suey, and I'm gonna post like football this week, kind of like Evan G, what he does, because I mean, he's an inspiration for that. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned. I'm also gonna work on the gaming channel like a lot. I'm going full out grinding. And also, Let me know in the comments what signings do you think we should make. Who should we offload? Kyle Walker, obviously. And let me know your thoughts on everything that's happening in the city. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.